Hello, my loves. Happy Friday to you, and welcome to Design Me Devon. We haven't done one of these in a long time, and I did mention to a few of you guys who've been asking about this that in the new year I'll be bringing it back, and here we are. You'll have to excuse me, I'm in my gym clothes, and I stink. I won't lie to you. So today, what we're going to be doing is renovating a container salvage yard. Renovating a container salvage yard. Yes, we are. I have already done this renovation and I had so much fun doing it. Yes, I did. So without further ado, let's flop on over and I'll show you what I renovated. And here we are, my darlings. This is the Container Salvage Yard by the wonderful Sarzith. So if you do want to go download this, go and get this off of their gallery. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for letting me renovate this. I had so much fun. I really did. Now we've got a little bit of a storyline going on here, loves. Micah and Wade inherited a derelict shipping container salvage yard, bloody hell, that's a long sentence, from Micah's late uncle, and want to turn into a modern tiny home worthy of their favourite SimTube show, Living Big in a Tiny Home. Micah is a gardener who loves growing his own garden, beekeeping and his chickens, and Wade is a chef. They want to hire Design Me Devon, that's me, to turn this lot into an eco-friendly tiny home with a sustainable garden and outdoor entertaining space. Devon has a budget of 45k. We definitely didn't stick to that budget, don't tell anybody. And must use custom content. So this build, I used some custom content in, and it came together very nicely indeed. Now, can Devon make their dream of meeting sexy Bryce from their favourite show come true with a fabulous new tiny home? Use move objects. I loved that. I really did. So first things first, let's get over and check out the salvage yard, which is amazing, by the way. I think you guys are really going to love this. And then we'll go into the speed build format and I'll show you what we actually renovated. And here we are, my loves. We are in the world of Evergreen Harbour. And I absolutely love this. The details in this, this must have took a long time to make as bad as what it does. And I mean that in a good way. You know, it is a derelict kind of old salvage yard and you've had to make it look as awful as you possibly can. But it's just so realistic. I love it. Even the tiny little details like the overhang of these shipping containers and stuff on top of one that you've already built. Just, oh, I just love those kind of little touches. And just like the angles that you've put it in. I'm just saying, there was attention to detail in this lot and I absolutely love it. So we kind of got like a little live-in quarters. Well, you won't want to live here. But what would have been used as a living quarters, I would say. It's got its own little toilet there as well, and just a few empty ones that are just completely full of absolute trash. I can relate, and I'm just for it. Just everything, every little detail in here, like it's just crammed in with as much detail as you could possibly muster, and I just love it. It looks so realistic. I love that you use the crane as well. I didn't even know this was a thing in the game. It's obviously a debug, but I did not even know that was a thing. Very silly bum of me. But I absolutely, yeah, just adore what you've done here. I would implore you guys to go and download this for yourselves and see if you can renovate this in with the directions that Zarzif has gave. I just thought it was brilliant. So that's what we're going to do today. Yes, we are indeed. So let's flop on over into the speed build format and start renovating. So here we are, my darlings, the cleanup process, which, as you can probably imagine, took quite a while. It did. I had to go around and individually just get rid of everything that I just didn't want in this lot. And that included the fencing. I've still gave them some kind of privacy throughout this build, but that fencing was just not going to fit in with the vibe that I actually wanted to portray in this, which is a very kind of modern, contemporary looking eco house. And I have no idea how much I spent. I think it was quite a lot of money. Yes, it was. But it still came, I do one bedroom house. It kind of fit in with the Sims that were moving in here. If there were other Sims coming or living in this place, I would have done 2 bedrooms and put another shipping container somewhere. But I ended up just using, just a 1 bedroom. 1 bedroom, lovely big. I'll show you when we get there. It's much easier to explain that way. So I kind of just peeled everything back, got the shipping containers, and I was like, right, we're just going to need to clear these out. And then what I end up doing is just stacking them on top of each other in a kind of formation that I just thought was very attractive. And you'll see that a little bit further on. But We're back with Design Me Devon. It's been a hot titty minute. I absolutely adore doing this series. I really do. I left it alone for a while because I just had lots on my plate. Lots of other series that I was kind of like, that were in the forefront. But with Design Me Devon, I just really wanted to bring this forward. So that's what we did. And we're back. We're back doing it. So don't be afraid to give me some more builds to renovate, loves. You should all know the hashtag by now. And it is Design Me Devon. It's quite simple, and I'm checking that hashtag quite a lot as well. There's many more on there that I do want to renovate, but yeah, anyway, so here we go. I was positioning them in the right space where I wanted, because I wanted the kind of entertaining living and kitchen area to be kind of elevated and the bedrooms on the bottom level. Reasons for that is the view. I really wanted the view to kind of be out. I mean, it's not the most best of views. It's a very industrial looking dock area, but I still wanted that kind of vibe where you have this lovely big view out to an ocean. There is an ocean there, and I think it really came together, and that's where I put all of the entertaining space. Yes, we did indeed. Yes, we did. So we're sticking with this color theme as well. Very dark black, but I've mixed it in with oranges and reds and mustards. And then on the inside, we go very contemporary, quite light, not light, quite open planned everywhere. The colors inside are still quite dark. And we go to town on all of the custom content. Now, I will get this build up on the gallery next week sometime with all of the custom content linked down below. I haven't done that yet, and I won't have time to do that today, unfortunately. But I will get this up as soon as everything is sorted. I'm going through a little bit of a time in a minute, I've told you. And this being, I'll speak about that at the end, actually. We'll speak about that at the end. I've got something to say. So, this little bit out here, I was like, I still want we needed to make a really nice garden. We need it to be eco-friendly, so I ended up using the kind of recycling machine underneath of here, plus the water generator, which I have also upgraded, so everything should be unbreakable on this lot when you do download it into your game, just for easy gameplay for you lot, loves. And this is the backyard area, a very big gardener, so I make sure to put in lots of planters. We do some beehives and some vertical planters as well, and I'm absolutely for it. Yes, I am. At the top here, I was like, oh, I really want a living roof. Now, at the minute, I'm not going down that route, but in a minute, that little like black, you might have seen it. I know you wouldn't have seen it because you haven't seen the video at all yet, but you might see a cheeky bit of it in the thumbnail. But that, I do like a living roof, so lots of grass and stuff on top, and then I put like a drain pipe down from it into like a water pump. Maybe they like filter rainwater and have that, and that my head went everywhere with the eco kind of like living for this lot. And yeah, I was very much for it. Do 2 wind turbines, lots of solar panels, as you just saw. So this house does come with quite cheap bills as well. Being quite a small house, it's not a tiny home by any means because of the floor space that it actually gives, but it still feels like a tiny home. Do you know what I mean? It's not tiny home in Sims terms, let's just say that. So this kitchen bit here, I used this window and also the skylight above it from Island Living, and it just envelopes the kitchen in light. Now look at that, you just saw that before we go. And that just brings so much natural light into the kitchen area and dining room, and I was very much for it. Use this concrete all throughout. Don't ignore me doing it at the back here. We actually changed the back garden flooring up, or the terrain paint up a little bit once we get to there, because we go a little bit more semi-rustic in the back garden. Still modern and contemporary, but we've got chickens and stuff in there. It just didn't look right with the concrete flooring, so I put a little bit of stone in there instead, my loves. And this bit here, I was like, oh, we could get like a little carport in here. And what I did was pretend that it was an electric car, and I put a little charging station out there for the electric car. Very eco-conscious and eco-friendly. And I thought this one here looks like an electric car, so we used this one. We used this one here, and then you'll see me go in with these little like charging points. I actually change up that, not the wire, but that thing that I've just used, that like electric box looking thing. We end up going for something from, I can't remember, I think it was like a parking meter. It just looks a little bit more like a charging meter as far as I'm concerned. And here I am using it now. Well, I put these behind it first so they don't roll back on and knock that down, you know? Thinking about all of these things, loves. But yeah, we use something different. Love that fence. That fence is from Harry. It is part of the Harlocks collection, which I absolutely love. And yeah, stunning. So this is the backyard area. I'm getting everything down first, and then I go ahead and change the terrain paints at the back here for this one here. Just a little bit more rustic. You can imagine the chickens like pecking around and munching up the little bit of grass and stuff. Do chickens eat grass? No idea. But they might do if they're in this house, just for a little bit of a side salad or something with their corn. You know, you never know these days. You really don't. And chickens are vegan, as far as, so they might like it. No idea what I'm saying. Absolutely no idea. So yeah, vertical planters. Ignore this as well. I end up going for the more, and I put it in a fence. I still show you because yeah, but we end up getting rid of this area for the rainwater collection, and we go for the actual water generator one instead. So yes, so this is where I had that idea for the living roof. I put a drain pipe from it, and you can just imagine like all the water like gets collected and filtered into that soil and grass, gets down into the drain pipe, and then put through. I'm looking for a bucket. I'm looking for all sorts here. We end up going for this here, so it looks a little bit more industrial. And then that kind of gets filtered through into the house, and that's what the house water is. I mean, I'm for that idea. I really am. Very much for it indeed. And then we just use lots and lots of grass on top here. You've seen this millions of times before, but I just thought it brought something to this house. It looks like the house has got a little hairstyle as well. And do you know what? I'm for that. At the minute, I want to see houses with hairstyles. And this one has got a lovely one. It really, really has. It really has indeed. Yeah, came together very nicely. I use a mixture of it's all debug. It's all like live edit like pieces, but cottage living, base game, and yeah, just various other bits. I actually put some little white flowers in here as well, just to give it a little bit of prettiness when it comes through. And yeah, vibing with it. Absolutely vibing. What else is there to say apart from me just giving this house some hair, to be honest? Looking through, trying to find... I end up going for these little white flowers. I mean, you can't see them too much, but it made me happy. It looks like the bees would come up from the hives and pollinate them. You know, I would love that. I would love to live in like an eco-conscious house. I really, really would. Mine at the minute, not so much, because it is an old Victorian. So it's definitely not down those lines, but one day, maybe... The big dream one day is to build my own house. Can you imagine that? I would definitely do a series of that on the channel if I'm still doing YouTube at that point. And even if I'm not, I might even do one anyway. Yeah, but this bit here, this little green bit, I really wanted the bedroom, which is in this container, to have some kind of greenery from the window. So I put that down at the bottom, just so it did have that little outlook onto greenery. And there was me getting rid of that water catcher, whatever it's called. We used the recycling machine, and then we also used this water generator. And stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Into the kitchen. We're starting with the kitchen for the interiors. So I use I forget what kitchen that is. I think it's from the basic collection. I could be wrong. I know it is Harry and Felix, but I cannot remember which ones it is. Or it might just be Harry. Or it might just be Felix. You know, all my CC creators are just getting blended into one these days because they are very talented, and I just get mixed up. So, but I really like this kitchen. I really, really do like it. There was a problem with the kitchen, and I was trying to work out what the hell it was. They wouldn't use the oven, and I was just like, for God's sake, I was trying to shuffle everything around. It was because me, being a twat, put a bin in front of the fridge so they couldn't cook. I was just like, that was the one thing that you did, and you'll see me do it in a minute, probably put a bin right in front of the fridge thinking it's a cupboard or something, and I had to move the bin underneath the window, and it was fine. And you didn't see me put the bin in anyway. It's gone. So little dining room. Didn't really want a big massive dining room. There's only 2 Sims in here. Entertaining space is out on the balcony anyway. The balcony is kind of semi-covered, but there is a lot of open air moments on that balcony. Using this gorgeous sofa from Felix. I absolutely love this sofa. It's gorgeous, a modular one. And I wanted to bring a pop of green. I wanted to bring a pop of green into here. So that's what I did. That gorgeous light as well, which is from Tuds. And I just thought it worked really well in this space. And I was like, I don't want a TV in this room. Like, I don't see these Sims having a TV. So I did a big bookcase. And then I put that record player there from Harry on some shelves with some vinyls. So I reckon they're a bit more of a music kind of household. And then I separated the end of this container off with that bookshelf. And we do a little mini office off to the right. And yeah, it just came together rather gorgeously indeed. Once again, if you've got all my custom content, you're probably going to be, it's not my custom content, but the custom content I use, then you probably know who I'm using in this house, and because it's always the same, and I'm for that. With this area here, I wanted the office to be up on a kind of raised desk instead of kind of a sit-down one, so they have a bar stool. Put some binoculars just in case they want to get nosy out the front there. There is a big area for all that. We also put a telescope out on that area too. And I wanted, oops, sorry, I keep booping my mic. I wanted to put just a little like landscape window just behind the office area, just so that you can draw your eyes out away from your screen and look at the distance and whatnot. Give your eyes a rest. Very important. And yeah, I thought that came together really nicely. It came together really nicely indeed. Love that desk. That desk is from Felix's Berlin collection, I think. Now this end piece here, I was like, oh, I'm really struggling to put something in. What we end up doing is using this one here, which is from the Berlin collection from Felix as well. But then I was like, oh, that looks a bit offset. And I was like, if I can put a plant, and I was like, shit, I sized it down. I had to size it down. And then I go through turmoil now, trying to use the OMSP shelf to be able to put this plant on. And then it was floating. You'll see everything come together now anyway. But then I put it back like, oh, they're lovely. No, plant still floating. So I need to go back and do it again. I was just like, oh, and then it was just too, like, oh, look at me. I'm just a mess. A mess, loves. Absolute mess. But we got there in the end. And it really sorted out. So we're out into the outside space. Now, I imagine they've got quite a big friendship group. Don't know why. And I thought, do you know what? What they could have is a lovely barbecue area, a bar, and then I'm going to do this like overhang area. Kind of make my own using the concrete pieces. And I forget who, I think the concrete pieces are from, oh, I think they're from Harry. I don't know, but they're gorgeous. And I just thought it made a nice little breakfast bar area. So that's what we did up there. Yes, we did. Now down into the bedroom. So the bedroom came together really nicely. It's a very nice enclosed, calm feeling room. So I wanted to go a bit darker with this room down here, aesthetically. And that's what I did, using these modular wardrobes, which I absolutely love, from the basic collection. I just think they're amazing. We put some black doors on them just to blend in with the aesthetics that we've got going around here. This wonderful wallpaper is from Pierre Rissim. Absolutely love that wallpaper. And I was vibing with it. Trying to find a mirror here, and I was like, oh, I need some kind of like stand-up mirror. So we end up using I think it's Harry's, is it the Harlux mirror? I can't remember, this one here. And it just fit into that corner perfectly. Really, really did. And then it's got 2 bathrooms in here. I only show you how I furnished one. Both of the bathrooms are on the ground level. So if you're upstairs, you do need to come downstairs to have a wee, I'm afraid. But there is a separate one, an ensuite for the bathroom, bedroom, and then another one just off of the garden area, which you can access from both sides, inside the house and outside the house. Jack and Jill doors, darlings. Yes, it is. How much have we got left on here before I start waffling on? I can't see. Not too long. Not too long at all. But yeah, nice bathroom. It took me a while to kind of like work out a shape that I was happy with. And I actually, instead of raising the platform up, I went down this time with the showers. And I kind of like it. I might do that a little bit more. Might do that a little bit more in the future. Yes, I will indeed. But yeah, very nice. Mixture of all different CC creators in here as well. I just thought they all blended really lovely together. Really lovely together indeed. And I actually moved that window. We moved the window over to this side. We used a different window, just so we've got space to put a mirror and stuff above the sink area itself. Yes, we did indeed. I think we're going to stop here anyway. We're going to go over and I'm just going to explain to you what's going to be happening next week, my loves, because I've just got a few things to say. So before we go over into the video tour, Blue is having his MRI scan on Monday, this Monday coming. So depending on the results of that is depending on how my week's going to be next week. There might be no videos. There might be some videos. It might just be the same. And that goes the same with the streams as well. So just bear with me. I'll keep you all updated on Twitter. So if you are not following my Twitter, then I would go over and follow it. Because if you're wondering where I am, then yeah. That's what's, and I'll update you here on the community tab as well. Just wanted to say that I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I'll keep you updated about Blue. You're going to go over into a before and after video tour now. Goodbye.